Alrighty, guys, it is 3:30 this Friday, May 22nd. It's Memorial Day coming up, and markets have been stubbornly to the upside. Finally, we're getting the what you could expect being a little bit of profit taking or sell off or taking stuff off the table before the weekend. Thinking there could be some action, could be something happening over the weekend, but I wasn't expecting them to rally into the close. But you know what? You never know what's going to happen. So this profit taker wasn't completely unsurprising. I have not tried to trade it. It's just not. It's late on a Friday. I don't want to be super aggressive on the market. So it's I haven't tried to trade this at all. Nasdaq had a nice run to the downside, so definitely tradable. Just you have to pay attention to it a little bit more aggressively than I was doing right now. So, but I mean, right now, as long as we hold the support areas on the ES, going to be the 7460s. So going into the ES capital flow, as long as you hold this 7450 to 60 level, we're going to start off on the long side. So looking to buy against the 7480s, 7470s, 7455, 5560s here for rotations up. So that's kind of all staying on the long side. If they start taking out these two support areas, bets are off, and I would stay on the. I would look for rotation to the downside at that point. It can happen before the close, or we just may just stick around where we are. So we'll see. On the Nasdaq, that dynamic is going to be down here at the 440 to 440 to 500. So they are in this general area. So they take out the C period low and the next level below that. I think that's when we start worrying about. Uh, uh, well, we won't start on the long side at that point and start range band going into the next week's trading. We just have to wait and see how much weakness we get into the close. Right now, it looks to me like we had a pretty good sell-off, and I would be massively surprised if we get a rally into the close. But weirder things has happened. So I have not taken any trades today. It's been one of those days where kind of sloppy action in the morning, kind of a couple of violent runs, and the Nasdaq it was pretty violent for a bit here. I was watching some of these things, and it's you start trading higher, and suddenly see like a violent move to the downside, then snap back right up. You can't see it really good on these 3-minute bars because this happens intra bar. But if you're watching a volume or tick chart, you see those develop, and they are pretty gnarly. So it's as you're trading up here, suddenly you're trading right back down at the low on the bar, and then suddenly back up again. It is really weird. But that's kind of dynamic we're looking at. And when it does that, I'm just not trading it. Because I mean, you have to have such big stops, and those things just runs you out left and right. So I'll see. I'm going to expect more weakness into the close. It's a long weekend, and the chances are there's going to be some action in the Middle East is pretty high. Especially, I haven't heard anything positive come out of that. So at this point, anything can happen. And the next steps, I think, was going to get the market into some sort of a knee-jerk reaction. So that's why I'm thinking lower prices going into a closer, some profit taking stuff off the table. But overall, it's been pretty spectacular. We are to the upside. We are holding about key areas to support still. And unless they take out those support areas before they close, we're going to start from the long side. If there is any action over the weekend, bets are off. Then we just have to see what happens on Tuesday morning or actually it's going to be a half a day on Monday. It opens on Sunday night, so they have the overnight and half a day on Sunday, or sorry, on Monday. We close at 1 Eastern, so that's kind of what we got going. So it could be some action that half day, but I'm not going to open the room, so it's going to be one of those which we'll see if we start over again on Tuesday, see what happened. But that Monday half day could be pretty violent if some actions going on. And then finally, we're looking at bonds. And bond market was swinging back and forth a bit, and now they're back up again. And so range bound, I would stay range bound on the bond market right now. It could go either way depending on if anything happens over the weekend. But they haven't really retraced that hard to the upside, so I would get positive by the long side. But they're up here reverse retesting. They are reverse retesting this lower edge. So you see they're up here in this lower edge on the F1, reverse retesting it, and then if they take it out, excuse me, maybe you have a shot at running it up here to the 1408s. And if they can't, we'll see another leg lower right after that. So, but overall, it's been pretty spectacular. We are to the upside. As long as we hold the support areas before the close, we're going to start from the long side. If there is any action over the weekend, bets are off. Then we just have to see what happens on Tuesday morning before we, or actually it's going to be a half a day on Monday. It opens on Sunday night, so we have the overnight and half a day on Sunday. So that's where we are. Excuse me. So back to the ES, nothing going on the cryptos. Haven't traded those today. It's some action on the Ethereum and Bitcoin futures. They are moving pretty good. I was almost taking a trade on those, but they're moving. You can see on these two. This is the Bitcoin and Ethereum futures moving pretty darn good to the downside. So 21 that so it's pretty good move to the downside on those two, following along with the overall indices. So I think it's just a risk off dynamic going into the weekend, just looking out for potential issues which may happen. So back to the ES and the Nasdaq, and let's see if we get some action here going into the last 20 minutes. But I'm done trading it. I haven't taken any trades today, so there you have it. I chicken out all day, nothing. Then again, so it hasn't really been any really good opportunities. That's been pretty sloppy trading most of the day, and net to the upside. So staying on the long side has been the way to go, but it's the volatility has been pretty good. So anyway, so we leave it there. So good. Have a great weekend. It's Memorial, so say thank you to one of our service members. And I will see you guys back on. I will see you guys back on Monday, on Tuesday morning. Monday's a half day. I'm not opening the room on Monday, so you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you back on Tuesday. All right, guys, later.